Hi, I'm Akumara and my accent is my only personality trait. Today I will be going over some top tips for brand new Lost Ark players. And hey, if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe and follow me on Twitch. I appreciate it. Thank you. Tip 1. During your journey through Arcasia, you will get many different materials used to upgrade things like your gear. With Tier 3 on release, the important thing to do is to hold on to these upgrade materials until you really need them. It is highly unlikely you will desperately need to use anything until you've cleared all of the Tier 1 and Tier 2 content. But don't worry, it doesn't take long to clear through those two tiers at all, so don't worry about it. Tip 2. Along the main quest line, you will get many different health potions. There are two main types that you will come across. Ones that heal for a set amount and ones that heal a percentage of your health. Do not use the percentage ones. Squirrel them away for later as they scale with your level. And not only that, they are the only potions that you can take into most endgame content. This will save you a lot of time and gold later on. Tip 3. Do not ignore your estate. I hate estate management myself, but once I learnt it, I realised it takes very little effort to upgrade your estate. That is, as long as you remember to do it daily. As soon as you unlock your estate, get some research going straight away. It doesn't matter what it is, just get something going. Tip 4 is your life skills. This, similar to your estate, sounds like a lot more of a chore than it actually is. Doing your life skills even just some of the time will mean that not only will you save money, but you will make a lot of it on the auction house, as a large percentage of the population will just buy the materials because they didn't know to do it before or are just too lazy. While you can do this yourself, it is an easy way to build a small gold empire to fund your main character. Tip 5. Engraving books. Engraving books are not explained particularly well, and they are incredibly important as they change your class's whole dynamic. When you find engraving books, don't use them. Don't sell them, don't touch them. Just put them away until you are certain you know what ones you want to keep and what ones you want to sell. Don't worry about not using them and being underpowered. It doesn't matter again till Tier 3. At that point is when you should feel comfortable enough within your class to know how you want to play it. Do check out guides from great people like Bentley Gaming if you feel you need a bit more direction. Tip 6. Guilds. Guilds in this game are more important than in a lot of MMOs. Not only will it act as a way to help endgame progression, you get access to a lot of exclusive materials. Guilds have the Samael crystals. These can be used to gain upgrade materials, potions, stones, and a whole lot more exclusive goodies. Save these again for Tier 3. There is no need to spend them until you've gotten past the first two tiers. They will fast track your progression immensely once you get to that point. Guilds also allow you to take part in guild versus guild and guild versus environment content, which is a fantastic way to make yourself gold and even more crystals. Even if you're not usually a fan of that type of content, it can be a fantastically great time and can only be profitable. Having a group of people to do content with also allows you to gain access to the best content in the game. The Tier 3 raids. These raids are the very reason that the game has become so widely celebrated in the Western community despite not even being released in the West yet. You do not want to miss out on these, and the best way to do them is with friends. Tip 7. While progressing through the main story, you will come across dungeons, and you will be asked if you want to do these dungeons on hard or normal mode. You may be tempted to do these on hard mode because you get considerably better gear, but don't. They take longer to clear, and you will likely have already replaced that gear within 30 minutes of completing the dungeon. Tip 8. If you're someone who just wants to blast through the game at maximum speed, then ignore all side quests. We have had it confirmed that we have the XP upgrade on release, so reaching max level is very easy. All you have to do is follow the main quest line. Make sure when you have time that you come back and do all of those quest lines later on, as they are important to filling up your adventurer's tome, which gives special rewards and can unlock certain content too. Tip 9. If you've been in the Lost Ark space at all, you may have heard about the fact that Lost Ark requires you to have many alts to farm resources. This is not something you need to worry about anymore. With Tier 3 on release, vertical progression of your main character is the new focus. That being said, once you hit a wall where you've done everything you can in a day and you still have time left over, this will most likely be somewhere in Tier 2. That's when you should make your first ult. Just the 2 characters will be plenty for a long time, and it is easily manageable whether you're doing 3 hours a day or 10 hours a day. Tip 10. Picking your main. Now this is a big one. This is something that has been hammered down our throats by MMO after MMO, but you don't need to worry about it. Try out every single class. The way they feel is so much more important to how they look. I hated the look of Scrapper, but then I played it and now it's my one true love. I wouldn't swap her for all the marbles in the world, no matter the amount of boober you put on them. She is my baby. Saying that, with Tier 3, vertical progression becomes quite an expensive endeavour. Getting through content gets more difficult and min-maxing a character becomes progressively harder. But you have Tier 1 and Tier 2, which are quite easy and inexpensive to get through, and should give you plenty of time to decide if that class is right for you. Even if it isn't, you haven't wasted your time. The classes that you level up and decide aren't quite right for you can just be turned into alts, which will generate a lot of money and is something you would have done down the line anyway. Try out every single class. They are all fantastic in their own way. Don't play a class because other people say that you should. Play a class that you want. And do not feel guilty about switching at any point, though I'd obviously recommend doing so before progressing through the Tier 3 content. Finally, I would like to say, if you have any questions, I will answer them down below happily. I'll also link the amazing Saintone's guide down below. It has just recently been updated by him and is the best text-based guide for Lost Ark you will ever find. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.